Aviators, welcome back to the pilot up north. Yes, today we have our first flight and I'll share with you about my pre-solo one, the PS1, where I learned how to keep the airplane Straingh and leveled. Let's do this, but before starting the video, I wanna share some information with you just to let you know and remember you. I am not an instructor. I am not a flight instructor. I am not authorized to give you any guidance as a pilot. And then this video is not a tutorial, it's not a class, it's not an instruction. And then use this video just to understand how we learn about aviation, how is the pilot training, I can say. Okay, today we will discuss about the RPM, how important is the RPM to keep our flight incline, descend, but especially for this flight, just to keep you leveled. We will discuss about the references, the horizon, the use of the trim, and the cross check we need to do on the altimeter, the climb, and the turn coordinator, our airspeed indicator, and about everything we need. And RPM is the trick for our flight today, and we will discuss what affect our stability too. Let's take off the airplane. I'll not show you how to take off, leave the circuit, height and stuff like that. For today, just the takeoff. I'll accelerate the video and I'll call you back as soon as I am ready to level the airplane at 2,000 feet going to the practice area. Okay, we are passing now 1500, and then it's time to discuss about our level off. And then to level off the airplane, we will use three tricks, like 3 steps I can say. The first one is attitude, second one is power, and the third one is the trim. It means we need to put the nose of the airplane on the horizon, 3 fingers, we can say 3 fingers below the horizon. As we don't have the horizon, we will use the attitude indicator and then reduce the power to 2300 and then trim. Let's do this at 2000. Nose down, and let's use here our attitude indicator to maintain our aircraft not climbing, not descending, a little bit lower the nose. And then reduce the power now to 2300, trying to keep the altitude. And then now let's trim our aircraft. We can use the trim here, but I have in my system here, I have another one, but it's trimmed already, and we can see our airplane. Let me see here, it's 2300. Okay, nice. The airplane will tend to climb a little bit now. Let's reduce. Okay, we are leveled at 2000 feet. And then now it's time to discuss about the RPM. The RPM is so important. We can see here the RPM is 2300 now. Reduce a little bit. And then the RPM can control the speed for our aircraft. And then, for example, we have here around 90 knots using 2300. RPM. And then our aircraft is climbing a little bit. Let's control this. It's like this when you are a pilot student. Your aircraft never stay there where you want. You need to keep working all the time. And then let's do this. Let's try to keep the altitude here as we are. And then we are around 92, maybe 93 knots. And I'll speed up our aircraft just using our RPM. I'll increase 100 RPM. 100 RPM for this aircraft, or for most of the aircraft, means 5 knots. If I increase 100 RPM, I'll increase 5 knots in my airspeed. Let's do this. Our aircraft will tend to climb. We need to keep the altitude. And then we can see our speed is increasing. It will go up to 100. Try to keep the nose down just to don't climb the airplane. Trim. I am trimming the airplane here using the trim wheel. And we can see we have 100 knots. A little bit more than 5 knots. It's not a perfect thing, but it works pretty well. And then if we reduce now to 2300 again, probably we have 95, 93 knots. Let's reduce a little bit more. Let's maintain the altitude. And our speed is dropping. Let's wait to stabilize our airspeed and just to see. On the simulator, we don't have the same reaction, the same behavior we have in real life, in a real airplane, but it's pretty well. It shows for us how it works, and it works pretty well. Okay, let's reduce a little bit more. Now we have 2300, reduce 2200. It's 2200 already here, and we are reducing, and it's going to 85 knots. And then let's keep this, and then now I'll reduce a little bit more to 2100 RPM or 2100 RPM. Let's try to keep the altitude here. And our speed is dropping to 85, 80 knots. And the rule is 100 RPM is equal 5 knots. If you reduce 100 RPM, you will reduce 5 knots on your airspeed. If you increase 100 RPM, you will increase 5 knots. It works pretty well. Let's increase our RPM to 2300 and turn left here too, because we have some mountains ahead. Turn around to show you the other things that can disturb our level flights. Okay, it's all good here. Okay. Let's reduce the airspeed, the RPM again, 2300. Keep here. Level the airplane off. Okay, sounds good for me. And let's see other things that can disturb our aircraft. For example, flaps. Let's put flaps 10 and let's see what happens. The nose of the airplane tends to go up, the airspeed will drop, and I am not touching on the controls. If I put the controls here, you can see I am not touching the controls. Now the airplane tends to go down, nose down, the airspeed will increase, and the airplane will start a wave going up and down until you stop this tendency. The flaps can cause this, and the airplane can stabilize too by itself because this airplane is very stable. And if we reduce the power, the nose will go down. If we increase the power, full power now, I am not using the yoke. The airplane is climbing. Reducing the power, putting the nose down now, just to stabilize. We can use our attitude indicator, putting this small ball here above the white line, and then we are stable. We can use this one too, but we are in a VFR flight. We need to look outside to see the horizon, and it's almost 3 fingers here. We don't want to come up, and then it's okay here. It's all good. And we have many other things that can disturb our aircraft flight. For example, power, as I said, flaps, as I said, turns. If we start a turn, I am just turning, doing nothing else, the airplane tends to go down. The nose of the airplane tends to go down. No matter if I am turning to the right or to the left, the airplane tends to put the nose down when I start a turning. It's our next video. I'll discuss about this, how we can turn and keep the altitude. Okay, for this video I could show you how it works and how you can improve your level flight and how you can keep your airplane flying in the airspeed you want, the things that can disturb the aircraft attitude. And then we are prepared to go to the second flight, where we will discuss about the turns itself. The small turn, a shallow turn, the medium turn, and the cheap turn. Yes, we will discuss about the cheap turn in the next flight already, okay? The cheap turn, the medium turn, and then the shallow turn. I'll see you in the next video. If you are enjoying our flights and our videos, please consider to subscribe in our channel on Pilot Up North and give us a thumbs up. And then I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.